approximately how many times since you first met her she has been here to Jamaica? Just an approximation, if you can't remember the exact number.
I really couldn't tell you the direct amount of time for she come. Them should have it too. For she never come down here. Without the government down here no have
The government would have a record of
a
that.
record of them.
That's it. You cannot give us an estimate or an approximation of how many times?
No.
Has it been more than 10 times?
Objection is always stated, you couldn't answer.
Has it been more than 10 times, Brother Wells?
I couldn't give you, I just give you an argument, and I don't want to tell no lie. I want to speak the truth.
Yes, sir. All right. On each occasion that she's been down here, has she prayed with the other members of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
Those who connect onto the church. For some worship, they would dance to another church, and she worship a living man.
Yes, she worships with those who connect with the church. For some worship wood and stone. She prays with those who worship the living man.
Objection regarding the fact we haven't defined the word praise yet. And therefore, it's conclusory.
What do the prayer sessions of the church consist of, Brother Wells?
Huh?
What do the prayer sessions, your daily prayer sessions of the church consist of? What do you do in your prayer session?
Holy chant and psalms and spiritual hymn and spiritual reasoning.
Holy chant and psalm and spiritual song and spiritual reasoning.
Is that what you mean when you say if people pray together, they are doing those things?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the origin of the chants that you use in your prayer session?
What is what?
Where did the chants?
Where did the chants come from that you use in your prayer session?
Come from out of me.
Where did you learn them?
Eh?
Where did you learn them?
That's the thing. That's a question. I tell you, I seek, and I found, and knock, and he opened unto me. So I can reveal it. Can I reveal one to you now?
He says he sought it and he found it. He knocked and it was open unto him. And he wants to know if he can reveal one to you now.
I would just like to know where he learned the chants.
Well, I'm going to show you where I learned it.
I'm going to show you.
Yes, all right.
Right now.
Let's hear it.
Blessed be the tie that bind.
Could you
A
repeat?
heart in Christian love.
You have a prayer book? I don't want you to miss. So you can look into a prayer book if
Well, Brother Wells, would you just continue with the one you started?
blessed be,
Blessed be the tie that binds?
yeah.
Could you tell us some other?
I'm giving you the whole, I'm going to give you the whole book. Now,
Brother Gary, would you?
I'm going to give you the whole book.
All right.
you have the first line. Blessed be the tie that bind.
Blessed be the tie that binds.
Objection is not the best evidence.
Huh? You have that?
Mm-hmm.
Our heart in Christian love.
A heart in Christian love.
Continue.
A fellowship of kindred mind is life to that above.
A fellowship of kindred mind is life from that above.
Continue.
And yes, on the part. Before our father's throne,
Before our Father's throne,
we pour our heart in prayer.
pour our heart in prayer.
Our fear, our hope, our aims are one, our comfort and our care. God care we.
Fear, our hope, our aims are one. our comfort, and our care. God care we.
The church is not responsible.
Is that the end of that particular chant?
No?
Continue, please.
Objection, relevance.
When we, what do you say, object? You could go on.
When we are sunned apart.
Yes.
When we are sunned apart,
When we are sunned apart,
we,
when we are sunned apart,
He give us inward pain.
gives us inward pain.
Now we still be joining heart, and now we meet again.
Now we'll still be joined in heart, and now we meet again.
From sorrow, tide, and pain.
From sorrow, toil, and pain,
From sin we must be free.
from sin we must be free.
Let perfect love and friendship reign through all eternity.
The perfect love and friendship reign through all eternity.
Objection, never spoken.
Now-
Hold on.
And irrelevant.
When you are praying together with other members of the church, as you have described it, is that one of the chants that you and the other members would sing?
Truly,
Yes.
You say truly?
yeah. Found in everyone.
Is that one of the chants that you learned after you became a member of the church?
Yeah.
Do you know who
It did,
you...
it did written in me before.
It was written in him before.
Regarding the question, objection.
Brother Wells, I'm Milton Farrell, Jr. I represent Jacqueline Town in Miami. I've come here today with Mr. Booth and with the court reporter in order to learn from you. To learn from you about the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, what the church is, what it means, and what it might mean to Jacqueline Town in Miami. Also, the court reporter is here so that your words can be carried as you speak them to the judge who sits in Miami, whose task it is to decide whether or not the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church is a true faith, is a religion.
I object.
No,
Or
not
it's
really.
not.
Not really, John.
I would ask you at this time, you're an elder in the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, are you not, sir?
Yeah.
Could you
Not
tell
a
me?
religion, you know.
He said it's not a religion. He is an elder, yet it's not a religion.
Is it a faith?
It's a doctrine.
It's a doctrine.
Would you tell me, sir, so I can learn what is the doctrine?
The doctrine. God is a relation with man. God and man unite.
God in relation to man. God and man unite.
The father would have God, and the brother would have man.
Fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man.
Is the Holy Bible, which we all know, the Holy Bible is recorded by King James.
Yeah.
Do you know of the Bible?
Huh?
Do you know of it?
Yes, the Bible is a guide. Just a guide. The word that written come out of you and written therein, I can prove that to you.
The word that's written there is written also in you, and he's going to prove it to you.
I'm going to prove it to you. You have a Bible?
Yes, we have a Bible.
Right here.
I got one more briefcase, you know it?
Yeah, we have one.
Okay.
I object unless, to use of that document unless it's made a part of the deposition.
I'd like the Could we
All
show
right.
the Bible to the
All right.
prosecutor, as he's unfamiliar with it,
Make
sir,
an answer to
apparently?
I object to the statement.
Objected?
No, he's gonna take
That's
the Bible first
obviously
and look at it,
incorrect.
make sure it's the same Bible that he used, and I'll give it back.
I'd like for the prosecutor to examine the Bible and state if he has any objection to it or feels it's different than that with which every court in the United States is familiar. Is the King James Bible.
For the purpose of the record, the table of contents in front of it says the Holy Bible containing the Old and New Testaments translated out of the original tongues and with the former translations diligently compared and revised by His Majesty's special command appointed to be read in churches. Authorized King James Version. And the publishers listed as London and New York, Collins, C-O-L-L-I-N-S, apostrophe, Clear, C-L-E-A-R, hyphen, type, T-Y-P-E. Next word, press. Below that's listed Glasgow, Toronto, Sydney, and Auckland. Listed as
When you,
being printed in
when you finish, you
Great
tell me.
Britain.
Tell him when you finish, you
Right,
tell
right.
me.
When you finish, tell us.
And the license on front of this particular document is, in terms of the letters patent granted by Her late Majesty Queen Victoria to her printers from Scotland, and the instructions issued by Her said Majesty in Council dated 11th July and 28th of December, 1839, I hereby license and authorize William Collins, Sons and Company Limited, 144 Cathedral Street, Glasgow, to print and publish as by the authority of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, but so far as regards the text only, an edition of the Holy Bible in new brevier type, decimo, D-C-I-M-O, hyphen sexto, S-E-X-T-O, size, as proposed in their declaration dated the 26th day of December, 1957, the terms and conditions of said instructions being always and in all points fully complied with and observed by the said Williams, Collins and Sons and Company Limited, dated in Edinburgh the 2nd day of January 1958. And there's printing below that W.R. Milligan, M-I-L-L-I-G-A-N, Lord Advocate. Can I ask, is it possible that this be made a part of the deposition?
You want to take it with you, man?
Yes.
Yes.
You take it.
All right, you're free to take that same Bible.
The prosecutor has read from the Bible perhaps the only part which doesn't tell the Word of God.
Statements.
Could you-
I'm going to show you the Holy Bible, the mystery of the Bible now.
Please.
Now, see it here? It closed. To prove that man is the Bible, if you have this now and put it down here, 1,000 years, you don't hear one word from me. You, the man, have to open it.
Okay, did you-
And then,
Okay, wait.
All right, let's stop here. He's going to prove to you that mine is the Bible.
that man
This
the
is in
Bible.
response to my question.
Right.
How can you prove that to me?
Yes, well, I hit that
Yeah.
going to prove to you now.
Right,
You have that now, you put it down there for 1,000 years.
close the book and put it down for 1,000 years.
It can't say not at all to you,
Can't say nothing at all to you.
but this written by man hand,
For it's written by man's hand.
by man hand. The word that written within you come from God himself.
The
The
word,
word is in you. Is you put it in there.
the word that's written in you is written by God.
The word that put in here is you put it in here.
The
You
word,
write it in here, you read it.
the word that's in the Bible, you put it in there and you read it.
Is this the doctrine of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, Brother Wells?
Eh?
Is this the doctrine of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic
the
Church?
church of the living God,
Yes, the Church of the Living God.
living man.
And do you know Jacqueline Town, Brother Wells?
Yes, you know? No? Yes, I know.
And to your knowledge, does Jacqueline Town believe as you do?
Huh?
To your knowledge, does Jacqueline Town believe the doctrine of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church as you do?
Yes, Paul says, he that have my word, speak my word boldly.
Yes.
Oh, one moment before you answer the objection, hearsay.
Go ahead.
All right.
His
For
answer.
it says, "He who has my word speaks my word boldly."
And Brother Wells, did you not yourself teach Jacqueline Town
Eh?
Objection leading.
these
It's
doctrines?
me teacher. It's me teacher.
Yes.
His sons and daughter. His sons and daughter belong unto God. If you're not the daughter of God, you're the daughter of Satan.
Objection not
Sons.
responsive.
It is so.
The sons and daughters all belong to God.
All belonging unto God.
For if you're not the daughter of God, you must be the daughter of Satan.
Objection not responsive.
Is
Conclusion.
is Jacqueline Town a member of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
A daughter
A daughter.
of Zion.
A daughter of Zion.
A daughter of the living God.
Lack of predicate. is
A
personal
daughter of the
knowledge.
living God.
Whether you're black or you're white and you accept it, it give it unto you.
Whether you're black or you're white and you accept it, it's given unto you.
No partiality.
No partiality.
Lord
Have,
beloved.
have you prayed with Jacqueline Town?
Huh?
Have you prayed with Jacqueline Town?
It's my delight to do thy will, O Lord.
It's my delight to do thy will, O Lord.
That's it.
Have you, Brother Wells, personally prayed with Jacqueline Town?
Truly,
Have you chanted and raised your voices in worship with Jacqueline Town?
truly,
Does Jacqueline Town know the chants and the prayers which you use in the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
truly, we all speak one word.
Does Jacqueline Town take part in the sacraments of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
Truly,
You have seen her do that.
huh?
You have seen her
Let me see
yourself.
her.
You have seen her take part in the sacraments yourself.
Then not the daughter of Zion, not the resurrection.
Yes.
Is it spirit? Is it life?
It's the spiritual resurrection, is the light.
No see.
Objection
What
not
is-
responsive.
She's a daughter of the resurrection.
Daughter of the resurrection.
What is taking part in the sacrament of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
We smoke and we give praises unto our God in due season.
We
That
smoke
is our daily work.
and we give praises unto our God in due season. This is our daily work.
That's it.
What is it that you smoke?
Huh?
What is it that you smoke to give praise to God?
Ganja.
What is ganja?
Huh?
What is ganja? Is it a mixture of herbs?
That is a mix. You mix it with tobacco. You know what tobacco?
What? Certainly, sir. Could you tell me what is ganja?
Ganja. Blood and body. I tell you already. Blood and body of a man, when they hold the ganja, they hold a man.
It's the blood and body of a man. For when they hold the ganja, they hold a man.
Listen to it.
Have you heard others call ganja marijuana?
Objection hearsay.
And the marijuana alone, they call it.
Not marijuana alone.
Then give him every name, for they call him all drugs and poison.
They give him every name. They even call him drugs and poison.
Listen to it.
Does ganja have in it marijuana?
Huh?
Does ganja have marijuana in it?
I know ganja. I don't know marijuana.
Could you?
He said, I know ganja. I don't know marijuana.
In the United States, Brother Wells, in Florida, the courts are saying, or the state is saying, that Sister Jacqueline Town is using marijuana, which they also call cannabis, unlawfully.
Who make those laws? Who give it those names?
Who made those laws and who gave it that name?
Who give it that name? For me know, ganja is a seed.
Objection.
For I know ganja is a
Is
seed.
a seed existing within himself from the foundation. You dig the earth and you sow it and it grow. And it grow. And you take him up and you plant him deeper and him grow. And him grow. And him grow. And him grow until he come to mature.
Could you?
A food you eat.
I know ganja is a living seed existing within itself. Where you plant it in the earth and it grow up and it grow up until it reach maturity and ready for man's use.
Not man alone.
And I think you said
The ants eat the seed.
Even the ants eat the seed.
The rat eat the seed.
The rat eat the seed.
The cow eat the leaf.
The cow eat the leaf.
And the goat eat the leaf. And the bird eat the seed.
The goat eat the leaf and the bird eat the seed.
objection to that response.
Can you smoke ganja?
Me?
No, can a person smoke ganja?
Objection relevant.
Can a man smoke ganja?
Yes.
Is it good for a man to smoke ganja?
It's good for the
Objection.
old, and it's good for the young,
Could you?
and it's good for the baby 9 years old.
Good for the young, and good for the old, and good for the baby 9 days old.
Objection.
Do you-
Conclusion, opinion.
Do you know
Statement
from the Bible
for conclusion also.
why? Or do you strike that? Do you know from the Bible that it is good?
It is.
How do you know this? From the Bible.
I partake of it, I use it. And I tell you already that I don't only smoke it alone. I eat it as food,
He said, I don't smoke
and
it
I drink
alone.
it as tea.
I eat it as food and I drink it as tea.
And do you do that as a sacrament?
Huh?
Do you do that as a
I
sacrament?
smoke it as a sacrament.
I smoke it as a sacrament.
Could you tell me how it is a sacrament and what it means and how it came to be a sacrament?
When I smoke it, I find the spirit of love, unity, justice within me, that I can give it to somebody else. So take a taste and testify of it. And when they take a taste, they do the same thing as what I do.
When I smoke it, I feel the spirit of love and unity within me. You get it? And when you would try it for yourself, you would feel the same thing also.
Objection on that response. Opinion.
How long, in your knowledge, how long has the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church and its doctrine existed?
From the foundation,
From the foundation.
from the foundation.
And how
From the
long?
foundation, God is man. The Zion Coptic Church is a man.
From the foundation, God is man.
A man of the church.
Man is the church.
Objection on that response.
The church of the living God.
In 1925, did the Zion Coptic Church doctrine exist?
Objection, leading.
Before that,
Before that,
Objection.
In
Personal knowledge is the vote.
1825,
Answer,
To your knowledge, did the Zion Coptic Church doctrine exist?
Objection, leading. Calls for the answer.
before 1955, long before that, from the foundation,
Long before that, from the
the
foundation.
foundation.
Objection, lack of personal knowledge.
How do you know that?
find that within me, Pa. I never been to no school. I never went to no school office. They never teach me. That was in the line of my father, generation, tell it unto generation that this God is our God, is our guide, even unto ever living life. Thou art God.
This was found within him. He never found it in education. It was from his father, from his father's father, from his father's father's father, from generation, tell it unto generation, that this God is our God and will be our guide even unto ever-living life.
Objection, hearsay like personality.
Do you teach this to your children?
And children teach it unto children.
Why?
Objection assumes facts and evidence.
Why do you teach this to your children?
To know that the God that they teach here is a God that neither we nor we forefathers know. We're talking about the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac. You know them God there?
Yes.
Well, are them man that we talk about.
The God that they taught us
The
about,
God of Abraham praise, who reign in throne above, ancient of ever living days, and God of love.
they taught us of a God who neither we nor our forefathers know. Yet we talk about a God who we see and know. The God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the God of Joseph, the ancient of ever-living days, the God of love.
Objections, hearsay, lack of predicate as to who they is.
Brother Wells, what are the doctrines of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church concerning what a man should eat?
What a man should eat. No, once upon a time, there was an argument, say, Peter did say
At one time there was an argument
about Peter.
about Peter.
When the man did call Peter, say, kill and eat. And Peter said, I never eat anything unclean. You know that? So I not to eat.
The man called Peter, and when Peter answered, he said, I will not eat anything unclean. He said, do you know that swine is unclean to eat?
Objection, not responsive.
Go on.
Not swine alone.
Not swine alone.
You're not to eat snail.
You're not to eat snail.
You're not to eat frog.
You're not to eat frog.
No, see. All those is unclean. You're not to eat white fowl.
Not to eat white fowl.
Unclean.
Unclean.
No, see. And many more.
And many more.
And the half have never been told.
And the half have never been told.
You see, for the half of the city bright glory to mortal, it never been told.
For half of the city's bright glory to mortals has never been told.
No.
Brother Wells, according to the doctrine of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, how is a man to live?
Huh?
How is a man to live?
How is a man to live according to the doctrine of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
Keep God's commandment and live.
Keep God's commandment and live.
How is a woman to live according to the doctrine of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
Objection to my question, Mr.
The woman has to serve the man. You know?
The woman has to serve the man.
The woman did made to serve the man.
The woman was made to serve
That's the
man.
thing.
Objection, relevant.
Are you familiar with the book of Timothy
Timothy.
contained in the Holy Bible, which is made a part of this deposition?
Give me argument out of it, then I make me hear you, sir.
I'm sorry.
He says, yes, he's familiar. He said, give him argument out of it.
I'm asking you, does the book of Timothy tell how a woman is to live?
Yes,
Objection,
indeed.
relevancy.
When a woman separation come upon him, he must go put away
When
for
a,
a time.
When a woman has her separation come upon her, she must put away for a time.
Objection relevant.
Within 7 days, and then another 7, you'll be purified for is 28 days, 1 month. 7 days unclean, 7 days purified, and 14 days do anything in your home.
7 days, you have to separate. 7 days more, and you become purified and clean and able to do things in your home.
Objection.
That you can partake
Rather
with.
repeat, can I object this line of questioning to be irrelevant?
Certainly. Have you instructed Sister Jackie Town that she's to follow the precepts
Objection.
of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church as set down in the book of Timothy for her living, for her life?
Objection.
Did you teach Sister Jackie to live according to the book of Timothy?
Yeah,
Did you teach Sister Jackie that it was her duty to lodge strangers, to give them a place to live and something to eat?
yes, Father. The Bible tells you, say, mind how you entertain a stranger, for you will entertain angel and you don't know.
Yes, for the Bible teaches you to entertain a stranger, for you never know when you'll be entertaining an angel unawares.
Objection.
How can you object to entertaining?
Brother Wells, a few feet from here, is there a church?
Huh?
A few feet from here, is there a building you would call a church?
Oh man, a building and no church. Church is a man.
No, not the building. The church is a man.
If the man is in court, does the man pray in court?
You can pray there
You can
If-
pray there.
as long as them accept it.
You can
Bro-
pray there as long as they accept it.
They accept it.
Brother Wells, wherever, what would you call any place where those who embrace the doctrine of the Ethiopian Coptic Church come together?
No, every man have a right to live a right wherever you go.
Every man have a right to live a right wherever he go.
Objection not responsible.
Do you believe that Sister Jackie sincerely accepts the doctrines of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
Objection calls for conclusion.
I don't believe I see and know within myself.
I don't
It
believe.
is so.
I see and know within myself that it is so.
Believer remain an unbeliever.
For a believer remain an unbeliever.
So him say, see and know
So we say see and know
that I am he,
that I am
and
he.
beside me there is no other God. Read and think so.
Objection.
See and know that I am he, and beside me there is no other God.
And does
Objection. Objection. Opinion calls for its opinion conclusion. No showing it was all personal knowledge.
is what I hear now prayer, the chanting in the background?
Yeah.
Objection assumes facts, not evidence.
Can you not hear the chants?
No. You're discussing.
Yes, here going on
Not
there,
here
you
to
know.
discuss things.
Do you hear chants going on now?
Yeah.
From where are those coming, those chants?
Coming out of a man and it coming out of a woman.
Objection.
Coming out of a man and coming out of a woman.
Likewise, the little children too.
Likewise, the little children too.
Have you heard Sister Jackie chant in such a manner?
Yeah.
Is this part of the doctrine of the Ethiopian
Objections to,
Zion Coptic Church?
Objections to Tom.
Yeah.
No statement of when. Relevancy.
When have you heard Sister Jackie chant?
Anytime that the Spirit said, be thou to come, our brethren to go, we hear each other.
Every time the Spirit,
Anytime,
anytime at all, the Spirit bid her to come.
whether on the tree, or in a car, around a tent, or in a palace, is our daily word.
Whether under a tree, in a tent, anywhere we go, that's our purpose.
Objection.
How,
That showing of personal knowledge.
how do you live your life, Brother Wells?
Trust in God and do good, and so will thou dwell in the land, and verily thou art being fed.
Trust in God and do good, so will thou dwell in the land, and verily thou wilt be fed.
For they are chucked out at we, that we may fall. Oh Lord, help us up.
For they thrust swords at we, that we may fall, yet our Lord helped us up,
So we prolong.
so we prolong.
Objection in response.
If a law conflicts, a law of a nation or of a state conflicts with what you as an elder of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church know to be God's law,
Objection to the former question.
what is your reaction?
Objection calls for
When
continued
men's law conflicts with God's law, what's your reaction to that?
That man have to pay the penalty, you know. For God's law is not partial. If you say you find me with this stick, and as long as this stick is mine, I not going to disown it. I'm going to say it's mine. If it's not mine, I not.
Every
So,
man,
when I know they lay false accusation, them have to get it right. You know, see? But then they are charged upon the Coptic Church. That Coptic Church selling ganja. I know Coptic Church couldn't sell him sacrifice from you sell your sacrifice, and God you are said, and you become a Judas.
Could you,
for they make accusation against the Coptic Church for selling
You know,
ganja,
see?
yet a church could never sell its sacrament.
Objection.
We partake of it for our church.
Objection not responsive. Argumentative.
if there is a conflict between a state's law or man's law and God's law, Brother Wells, which will you follow?
God never make a conflict with a man yet, with no one yet.
God never made a
At no
conflict
time.
with no man yet, at no time.
Has man ever made a conflict with God?
It is so. That's why I'm saying,
Not responsive.
trust in God and do good, and so will thou dwell in the land, and verily thou art being fed.
Yes, that's
Wow.
why it's,
Everyone that enter this planet Earth, when you come naked and bare. The first thing you
Give
get,
some time for him to tell the court reporter what you're saying,
Right.
because I want the judge to know what
Yeah.
your thoughts
Before
are.
we go on, one minute, can I ask what the question was? Is that he was asking a question when I was objecting? I didn't hear his question. What was your question?
I ask, does man's law ever conflict with God's?
I say,
Irrelevant.
men frame mischief and call it law.
men frame mischief and call it law.
Objection, conclusory, not responsive, irrelevant.
How you going to prove this word now? You have to read the Bible
To prove these words, you have to read the Bible.
to prove this word.
How do you
No
know,
pending question.
Brother Wells, from the Bible that smoking ganja is good and a sacrament to God?
That written in me, and it written in the holy book there.
Said that's written in him and in the holy book.
Where is it written in the holy book, and what is written?
Psalm, Isaiah 42.
Yes. Isaiah 42.
And what does that say?
Objection, best
What, you
evidence.
know? Okay, we don't say.
Okay. So
That's pretty.
from the
Okay,
book,
Mabali.
is there anything in the book of Genesis?
Objection, leading.
Huh?
Which question are you asking?
Which question?
Yes. Is there anything in the book of Genesis?
Let me see.
Genesis 1.
Yeah.
Objection.
So yes.
Let me see. May I see the Bible, which is a part of this deposition, please? I would like to read to you, sir.
Yeah.
Objection, proper. Question.
I would like to read to you what is in this book, the Exhibit 1 to this deposition, the Holy Bible. Genesis chapter 1, verse 21. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl, surely, after his kind.
Start.
Okay.
Moveth which the waters brought.
Well, I tell you what, I'll start a little further.
You're right in Genesis 1.
Yeah.
Finish up that, Madam, so the records. 29.
Yes. I'd like to read from you now from Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of tree yielding seed.
All
To
right.
you it shall be for meat.
All right. Who he was talking to at that time when him speak those words?
Who was he talking to that time when he spoke those words?
Objection, not responsive.
Could you tell me,
Question.
Brother Wells,
is that question
what
asked?
this means to you, so that the court in Florida will know, and what it means under the doctrine of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
Yes, that's why I say, that's why I asked you that question. Say, who the Bible was speaking to when he speak those words?
Was that God speaking to man?
To man.
Objection, leading.
That was God speaking to man.
God speaking to man.
Objection, not responsive.
What does that mean to you?
Huh?
What does that mean to you?
What?
What
It-
God said to man in Genesis 1:29.
Objection, relevancy.
So what God said to me?
Yes.
The same part of Genesis he just read.
Then know the same argument. Say me party and give to me. Say me fi eat. And me fi drink.
God says for him to partake and eat and drink
Smoke. Me
and
sacrifice.
smoke as a sacrifice.
Right?
Yeah.
Objection, illusory, irrelevant.
Eat, drink, and smoke what?
Ganja.
Is ganja an
No,
herb?
no. There is another name there.
Yet there's another name there.
Then tell we, say, a male and female.
But they say and tell us of a male and
So
a female.
it must carry another name there.
Must carry another name.
Within their administration, their declaration, they have rum. You know it?
The declaration in the world is rum. Do you know of rum?
Yes.
Objection, not
You know
responsive.
alcohol?
You know alcohol.
Yes.
Where alcohol come from?
Objection, procedure.
Where alcohol come from?
From distillation
Objection
of rotten fruits and rotten
to the answering.
seeds.
Alcohol come from cane,
Alcohol come from cane,
from sugar.
sugar.
Yes.
Ganja is a seed existing within himself. But me know how alcohol come. But me work there.
Ganja is a seed existing within itself.
And me know how ganja come.
You know how sugar cane come, and you know how rum come, and how ganja come.
You see it?
Objection, not responsible.
Alcohol is their sacrificing.
Alcohol is the sacrifice of the world.
Objection, no pending question.
Wine is a mocker.
Wine is a mocker.
The scripture declare that.
The scripture declare that.
Objection, not responsible, no pending
They
question.
that drunk by it is not wise.
And they that are drunk by it are not wise.
That's it.
Objection, not responsible, no pending question.
So him never tell you say you couldn't use it. So you not be drunk by it.
No.
Yet the nation become drunk.
He never said don't use it. He just said don't drunk by it. And yet the nation is drunk
By it.
by it.
So the trouble is this now, we would like to know, for them tell me now, what is the name of the male and female of ganja?
Objection, no pending.
So that declaration still the deficit.
There's still a declaration for there's another name for the male and the female
You see?
herb.
Objection, no pending question, not responsive.
Could you tell me, Brother Wells, what are the moral doctrines of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
God teach man.
You repeat as he goes along.
God teach man.
Thank you. I have no further questions. You may cross-examine.
Thank you. For the purposes of this examination, I'm not waiving any of my other objections, but I will assume that I'll have to proceed as if all those objections were overruled in light of the nature of these proceedings. In fact, we can't come back to Jamaica to re-examine.
We don't mind.
You hear what the chanter say? He say, and Jesus bid them come see you there now.
You hear what the chants say, and Jesus bid us come.
Objection, no pending question.
See, the chants say,
I them a chant there now.
right now, the chant is, and Jesus, J-E-S-U-S, and Jesus bid us come. And see you here now?
And children too may come.
Pending question.
And children too may come.
All right, could you ask him a question?
Brother Wells, do you know, have you ever heard of a Coptic church, not an Ethiopian Zion Coptic church? Have you ever heard of just a church called the Coptic Church?
The Catholic Church. Yes, yeah.
Say, did you ever hear of it?
Happy? Huh? Happy? The Catholic Church.
Coptic Church, Cairo, Egypt.
That a Cairo.
Just ask him if,
And this way,
for the record, another individual answer.
You see, you have to understand that difference between the two where you ask him.
you can see it.
You have Coptic and you have Ethiopian Zion
Yeah, well,
Coptic.
Church.
Yeah, I understand, but only he can answer the question.
Yeah, but you have to understand what you ask him, sir.
Well, first, can I ask who it is, just speaking
I
for the
two
record?
things you talk about there now, you know.
I didn't understand what he said. He's got
But-
to.
Alright. You have to understand the question, yes. For there's a
Well,
difference.
first of all, who is that
I will
speaking
tell
for
you,
the record?
I will tell you. Let the record show that council was talking with Brother Keith Gordon.
No, you know what he said.
If we
He
can,
said there's a difference between the two. For there's the Coptic
Right.
Church and there's the Ethiopian Zion
Zion
Coptic
Coptic
Church.
Church.
Okay, can I get that from Brother Wells?
Good.
That's all, it's just,
Then he
for
can
the
get
record,
all along.
or off the
Yeah,
record,
he
for
wanted to come out of here.
it's just that for these proceedings,
Well, anything
It has to come from his
you do
mouth.
understand, I will straighten it up and then you put it by your record. Me feel him lying now.
we can go back, but, okay, re-ask the question again.
just
Do
ask
you
him a
know of
question.
anything?
Yeah, but before you ask him the question, understand the question when you ask
You
him,
know,
sir.
see,
But you have Coptic and you have Ethiopian
I know.
Zion
Zion
Coptic.
I
Coptic.
know.
So if you ask him about the church that we worship.
You see the thing?
You have to
No,
talk
I'm not-
about Zion.
Coptic
Right,
church.
I'm
Good.
talking about that now.
Right.
Clear. Have you ever heard of a church called the Coptic Church? Not Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, but just the Coptic
Kind of
Church.
Coptic.
They just want to know if he ever heard of it.
Yeah, kind of Coptic.
What do you know about that?
Huh?
What do you know about it?
I really never take no pleasure in it, so I never search it out, you know.
Never take no pleasure in it, so we never even looked into it.
I don't condemn neither. I don't condemn them neither.
He never condemned them either.
You see. It's not, I don't condemn no one. Man condemn their oneself.
So you know nothing about the Coptic Church.
Objection. That's not, he answered the question. Said he didn't condemn them.
Do you know anything about the Coptic Church?
Repetitive, you've asked it, it's been answered.
You see, that's how sure you say you have to know what you're asking, sir. If you are asked about Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church,
You see.
you ask about that.
Right.
I'm not asking about that.
Well, that is our church.
I understand.
Yeah,
I'm
you
asking
can
about
one-
your church.
we-
We're talking about another
You
one.
don't know about
We don't know
the other
about
church.
that man
I
church.
can't
say
write
it's a-
down what you said until I write down what he says. If I can't understand it, then I can't write
You
it
see,
down.
The answer is the same.
listen, we are dealing with the right thing, you know. We're not dealing with trick. You don't see it, not crafting it. We are dealing with the right thing. So if you are investigate about the church, investigate about Zion Coptic
No,
Church.
that's, well.
You understand?
Hello, I didn't hear one
Good.
word you said.
Where are we right now?
At the very beginning.
The argument
You
is
asked
this.
if you know anything about the Coptic Church. Bill
Yes,
said
but
it was
me have to talk for him.
And he started
No
talking,
crafting it.
That's right.
and I didn't understand anything he said.
No trick and no craftiness.
You know, see.
Okay, I understand. I'm
He
asking.
couldn't answer for
Let me,
you.
I want to go on the record.
Me couldn't answer for
I
the
wanna
other
go on
man.
the record,
Sir.
okay?
Me answer for me when you
Listen,
know.
For the purposes
listen,
of Brother
before you go
Wells,
further, sir.
for the purpose of Brother Wells,
Listen,
and
before you go further, which church you investigating about?
that's what I'm going to explain. If I can
We
finish.
represent Ethiopia Zion Coptic Church.
I understand, but
We
I'd
don't
like
represent Cairo Coptic Church.
that's correct.
Good, so
I'm
ask
sure that's
about
true.
Zion Coptic Church.
I
Good.
want to explain. I am asking questions of you that are for purposes of discovery as well as for trial purposes. I, therefore, am asking to obtain information from you that may or may not have anything to do with your church, but it is part of both my right under that law and my need to learn more from you than what has been talked about here about your church, and learn more from you than what has been necessarily asked of you so far.
I believe
Okay,
the
it is
witness
to give knowledge.
Could you ask the question, please?
Okay. Have you ever heard of the Coptic Church? Just not the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, but just the Coptic Church.
I tell you, yes.
Okay, and how did you hear about it?
Huh? I said, you know, I know, I think I know a man, but I never really stand up to take no pleasure in it.
Never take
I
no
don't
pleasure.
condemn him either.
And not condemn them. You don't take no pleasure in them.
Do you know if anything about how the Coptic Church started, what it is?
If you know, no, me never take no part in it.
No, we never take no part in that.
Do you know if the Coptic Church has ever smoked ganja or used ganja?
The answer is the same.
Them would answer, if you answer that themselves. If I don't know,
You have to ask
whether them
someone
smoke
You have to go ask
ganja,
them that, you know.
I'm sorry, what is
You have to
it?
go ask them that.
or they
Okay,
drink
he doesn't
wine.
know.
Uh-uh.
Have you ever heard of the Ethiopian Church? Not the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, but just the Ethiopian Church.
Have you ever do it?
Ever hear of the Ethiopian church?
The Ethiopian church? On the Ethiopian church? Have me hear of it? Who established that one?
Who established that one?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't
He doesn't
know
know nothing about that.
anything about that. Do you know if the Ethiopian Church ever engages in smoking ganja as part of its practice? Do you know? Yeah. first.
that's what
See, if you couldn't know about the
Your
church,
reason.
you couldn't know about whether they smoke.
To all your reason,
Let's
you
not
put yourself
follow.
off of the line.
Right. You're missing the point.
Yeah, so his
You
answer
must
was
ask
no.
about Ethiopia Zion Catholic Church.
That we know about.
Right.
The answer, his
And if you
answer,
want to know if Ethiopia Zion Catholic Church smoke herb, it can tell you that.
I
But
know.
if it's not a partaker
That's,
of Cairo Catholic,
Or Ethiopian.
you understand?
that's for the court. And your answer to that question is no, is that correct?
And you can see, we partake of ganja, so you could save a whole heap of time.
Well, I object to the procedure at this point, for the record. The answer to this question is no, is that correct? With regard to the Ethiopians.
Mr. Berger, he said he didn't know of that church, so he couldn't know what they do.
Right, so I
That's
just
it.
want to clarify, so it comes
That's
from him,
clear.
his answer is no. Is that correct?
Yes, that's.
Yes, I don't know.
That's good.
Now, the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, do you know when that church came into existence? When the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church came into existence?
Let me know.
In terms of years?
Whatever that.
How many years this church
You have a chance.
This?
Talking about Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church
Yes,
now.
now I'm talking
All
about
right.
Ethiopia.
You want to know when it was established?
That's right.
That's correct. In other words, when did some people get together and say, we want to have an Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
That's a God moral law, you know.
That's God's moral law.
You know, see.
Do you know?
This is not men law.
I said, well,
If you want to know.
the name Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church was given to this religion, or whatever you wish to call it, it testified, at what time, what year? When did someone say Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, those words for the first time? If you know.
Years upon years upon years upon years, this generation declare it. And this generation declare that God is man, you know. This generation
declare that God is a man.
But what he said before.
This generation, it's within this present generation?
Yeah.
Is that his answer?
Yeah, man.
So the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church
No,
has...
no, wait a minute. He said years and years and years and years.
Well, he's talking about years and years and years, as I understood his answer with regard to...
If this generation now declare it, that God is man, the Zion Catholic Church, a man.
Okay, and that was
Wait,
this
wait,
gen...
wait, wait, wait.
This generation declared that God is a man. The Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church is a man.
It's a man.
Okay, and that was declared by this generation?
This generation.
Declare it.
I believe that the record is becoming confused at this point because I believe that the witness would say
Well, I
that every
object to your
generation
statement.
is that. No, I believe from what he just said, which the court reporter didn't take
Every
on, that
generation.
generation
man,
upon
they say God is
generation
a
upon
spirit.
generation. And I'd be asked that he asked the question again.
They say,
I will ask the
God is a
question
spirit.
When?
My father, him coming to then declare that God is a spirit. Can a spirit have flesh and blood?
Translate.
As you see me?
They say God is a spirit.
Right.
And yet, can a spirit have flesh
They
and
never tell you
blood?
say God a man.
In the world, they never teach
There's
you
only
that.
one way they tell you say God is man.
When?
I'm going to tell you.
Wait, don't talk. Let him finish.
Wait now. You know what?
In the world, they teach
If
you.
them did teach, if
That
they,
God is
if
a
them
spirit.
did teach, show you your father, personal father as God, you would know that God is man.
If they would teach you that your personal father was God, you would know that God is a man.
But then point you to a Godfather, say your Godfather there.
They point you to a Godfather and show you
So
another
it's
man.
science, you when they do that. So you don't know for your father will bring you from him line as God.
They science you so you don't know your father who bring you from his line, which is God.
You see?
Objection is not responsive. When was the
Then point you to a
Ethiopian
Godfather
Coptic
and a
Church?
Godmother.
When was the Ethiopian Coptic Church created?
Objection.
Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, I'm sorry.
From the foundation.
From the foundation.
Okay, and when was the foundation?
Eh? found in me now.
It's found in him now.
No.
Was
At
your,
this blessed moment.
was your father a member of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic?
My father tell it unto generation, generation tell it unto generation that this God is our God, is our guide, even unto ever living life.
His father,
Thou art God.
and to his father's father, and to his father's father's father, from generation to generation.
Thou shalt have no other God.
Thou will have no other
before
God
me.
before me.
Where is the site of the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church? Is there one location or many locations, and if so, what are they? Where are they?
We ask about the church or the place.
Let me not tell you now. As I already tell you already. So you can't play, you pray in your car, you pray in your bathroom,
You pray in your car, you pray in your
pray under
bathroom,
tree,
you
you
pray
pray
under
under
a tree,
tent.
you pray in a tent,
you praise God anywhere you're there.
you praise anywhere.
Every man have a right to live a right wherever
Let
you
him
go.
For every man have a right to live a right wherever we go.
Let me ask the question again a different way. There's a building over there that you call a church building.
That are building.
Indicating building on the
That
premises.
that built by men hand.
That's a building
That's
built
what
by
you hear
men's
down
hands.
there.
Right. Is that a Ethiopian Zion Coptic building?
Ethiopian Coptic building is the church of the living God man.
I understand, but
Between
is
yourself.
that building
That a
belong
building.
to the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church?
That one there?
The one over
Yeah,
by...
Yeah.
over on Spring
Yeah.
Street?
Yeah.
Indicating the direction from which the chanting
Yeah.
is indicating. Can we stipulate that in that direction, we've been hearing chanting a good part of the afternoon?
You see the thing?
Well, I can state there are sounds coming from there. I don't know if they're chanting or what the context
Take time.
is, but
You
there
see?
is some type of sound coming from there,
Yeah.
apparently by people in a group. Okay.
Singing.
Is there another building outside of this place which, where the Ethiopian Zion Coptic Church, or which the